Hi! No one could hear us. Because
no.
I forgot to push that button. I'm doing 3 things at once. And I have the... Okay, there we go. I've got too many windows. Let me shrink YouTube. So anyways, let's start that again. I'm Dan Stacy. Welcome to a very chill live stream.
Yes. I know.
Adam from the 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕𝒆𝒄𝒂 Crossroads is with us. My lovely wife, Kristen. We're going to be hanging out. I'm going to say all this stuff again, but way faster. So that was my trial run you guys were watching and not hearing. I've invited all the supporters from Locals and Patreon, because if you support Avenue Studios through Locals or Patreon, you get access to our exclusive Discord. So everyone there's welcome. There may be people coming in and out tonight. We're just going to chat. Well, they're going to chat while I work on some OBS issues, because I have no time in my life. So we're just going to make a live stream where I'm like testing out all the issues we're having. So one issue we're having is this digitally noise that started Friday night. I just recorded some stuff, except I'm going to record again while we're doing this. Okay, interesting.
Oh, okay.
So it may be something on Discord's end. I don't know. If someone out there watching right now or sees this later, I run the audio directly into OBS and then through a virtual audio cable into Discord so that everyone can hear us and we still get our nice clean audio into the stream. So if other people have run into this problem before, shoot a comment on this video later at any time. Even if you see this a year later, put a comment in, because I'll probably still be figuring things out. So I wonder if I need to do that. That's hopeful that it may be a virtual audio cable issue. Let's see. Right. If I do, I'm gonna turn the music so that it's not going to you guys in Discord. Does that make it any better for you through Discord's audio, or is it the same? Check, testing. I see I'm using the 𝒂𝒂𝒔𝒕𝒆𝒄𝒂 overlay. And it has squealers on it still.
I know.
We should run that game sometime.
Yeah.
I should turn the mic towards you more. New streaming mics are on the wish list. Someday. I want arms here and here with those nice ones so we could both have mics. Mm-hmm. But they're the ones that are much more dynamic. More dynamic, I think, so we can have them right in our face.
Okay. I was thinking like one of the ones that only gets the periphery.
There is that other option of
So
having the
there's just
one that can do the figure 8 style.
Yeah.
That is another way we can do it. Audio stuff. All right, I'm going to record while we're chatting for a second and see if it shows up in recording. Hello, recording. Hello, everyone out there. Ryan made a suggestion for what we could talk about, but he hasn't shown up yet, so I don't know what that's about.
You're not even going to say what it is?
I will in a second.
No, okay.
Once the recording stops. All right, let's start recording. I'm going to listen to that while you guys do stuff. Let's see. By the way, 𝒂𝒐𝒏𝒄𝒂 is playing in the background. Check him out. Links in the description. Wonderful artist.
And you switched your sound for your GMing, right? Too.
We are using tabletop audio.
Yeah,
That's another one. I have those links in the description too. Tabletop audio combined with Moulinet. So Jacob and I have our patrons of both of those. If you combine those two, you can bring tabletop audio into Foundry Virtual Tabletop really easily. And yeah, I've been very happy with it. It's most of his stuff is actually free right on his website, and there's a whole sound pad you can make, and you can make different scenes and stuff. It's really awesome.
Seemed easier to like switch to different scenes, and I don't know.
Yeah,
It was quicker to make.
His sound pad stuff, he has a ton, don't get me wrong, but it's not as much as some other ones I've used. However, what he does have is really good, and he's just continuing to grow. And the other thing I really like about tabletop audio, I keep saying he, though, that's not fair, because I don't know how there's a team that does it, so I should say they have done an awesome job putting it together. Although I think it might just be one guy that started doing it for his kids, actually. If I remember. Whatever. Tabletop audio. The music is really awesome and good, and that's what I really like. There's been other sound and music ambient stuff that I've used where the ambient stuff and the sound effects are really great, but the music is a little cheesy or corny for me. I get a little fussy with my music. I've really appreciated Tabletop Audio's music. Anyways, all right.
I
That'd
know.
be crazy.
We were talking about maybe having me run the computer stuff sometime. It's a lot to learn. It's not like I'm computer illiterate. Like
you are Windows illiterate.
I'm
though.
Windows illiterate. I'm working
She was
on it.
raised on Macs. It's really fun.
Well, my dad was a technology director, so we had Macs. Yeah, because they all use Macs.
Yeah.
They all use Macs. It's
early
crazy.
Aughts,
It's like a cult.
all printed video and photo
If you do
went to Mac.
photography, that you have a Mac.
And now it's switched back over. Because for video especially, it was Final Cut was the big one. That's what they trained me on in school. But
Yeah,
I haven't used in a while. Adobe's
Yeah.
taken over with the dynamic link stuff. They've really taken over. And
all the labs in college were all Macs
yeah.
for the photo kids. I think the displays are really nice.
Yep.
It worked.
Yep.
So I'm working on learning Windows. We got a Windows laptop now, so I'm
Yeah,
getting there.
I'm agnostic. I don't care. I'll use whatever I have. Although I do like Adobe. Yes, that's exactly it.
I think technology likes me more.
It yeah, I mean, come on. Right, you can see us. I forget where it goes. Video. Here it is. I'm just gonna play with it. Oh no, that's that.
Oh, that's something else. When was that from? That looked like it was a while ago.
That was a while ago.
Yeah.
I forgot
It
what
was
I
with
told
Jacob
you to
and
save it.
Mush.
Jacob and Mush. It'd be nice if they hopped in. I don't know if they'll be able to.
Mm-hmm.
You could tag them in the Discord.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? I think I have it going here. OBS recordings. There it is. Too many files. Yeah, recording sounds good.
Okay, great.
So, yeah. All right. I'll
So
have
something
to do
with
some background
Discord.
research on. It's either Discord or something with the virtual audio cable, which I think I have 4 of them, so I could switch it up. I'm not going to do that now. Anyways, the other thing I'm curious about is audio sync with the Discord video. because it was out of sync a little bit and I was trying to fix it and I realized I was going the wrong direction trying to fix it, so I was making it worse. Oh, interesting. Okay, you know what? I'm not getting that fed in. Yes, sorry, because I'm using the Force Forge. I gotta add you. Thank you, Adam. Oh, that would help, wouldn't it? Ugh. Discord soon. Make sure monitor's off. Okay, now we should be hearing you on the stream.
Oh, test.
Yeah.
The road goes ever on and on, down from the door where it began.
Good choice. There we go. Sorry, guys, watching. I'm sorry, I didn't add that in. This was very last minute.
Yes, I heard myself on the video, so yeah.
Cool.
You got
Okay.
you've got your Discord recording.
Let's do the most basic thing you can do. I'm gonna record again. And Adam, if you can do like 5 claps in a row, just short claps, whenever you're ready. And then do like one big one. Beautiful. Alright, let's see. Right now I have no adjustments, so let's see what we got. It actually looks really good.
It's lining up.
Alright, so that's cool. I'm happy with that. I'm trying to remember if there's any other issue. The only other thing is I've been hearing a lot about Prism. It's a new streaming software. I am curious. I liked their user interface. I'll have to play test that sometime.
Play test it.
Yeah.
You'd be playing around and testing it, all right.
Yep. That's all we ever do, right?
I want to talk about
Yeah, let's talk about it.
old westerns.
Old Western.
Yeah.
Oh,
'Cause
yeah.
I just saw a really. I think it's a good one. I don't know, but
I didn't
saw
see
it.
it.
1969, True Grit, with John Wayne. It was.
Oh.
It was just like one of those specials on Amazon where it was only up for a week or something. So I was like, I'll watch it. I think you were on a stream or something.
I was running the Patreon game.
Yes, yeah, he was playing the game. So I was like, yeah, I'll just watch this. It was so funny. Because, like, I don't know, I like watching old movies now because it's like, oh, you couldn't do that. Oh, you couldn't say that. Like,
Yep.
literally, like a 20-something-year-old is giving a 12-year-old a spanking with a switch, like a horse switch. I was like, what is happening? It was so funny because she was being obnoxious. I'm like, yeah, she deserved it. Like,
Yep. Sometimes you just gotta lay down the law, you know.
oh, it was so funny.
Oh,
I was like, this is awesome. And John Wayne's great too. So any
There's
suggestions of other westerns is cool.
Oh, yeah.
What were you gonna
there's
say, Adam?
A set of westerns that I don't hear a lot of people talk about, but I'm not in western circles, so I'm not sure how apt my personal observation is. But I think it's at least a duology, but there may be a trilogy, and it starts off with My Name is Nobody. And it was made in Italy, but it's a comedy western. So
That sounds great. What, like, time era would that be when it was made?
Let me see. My name is Nobody. It is 1973, I think it is.
Nice. Like, that's kind of like the time frame I'm, like, aiming towards for, like, anything. Like, we watched Beastmaster recently. I'm just like, I just want to watch anything before the 90s. Or maybe the 90s are okay. Like, the 90s are good, and then after that, I'm like, nah. I don't know.
Well, I think a lot of things changed in 2001. I think that's when a lot of things changed.
Yeah. So I'm just like, I just want to watch old
So.
stuff. I just think it's better. Or people felt more free to be able to create.
Well, and just like Beastmaster's pretty silly.
Oh my gosh.
But
And,
it has
and
real
live
animals.
effects.
Yeah,
I
live
want to
effects.
see live things. I
We
want
talked
to
about this
see
at movie night the other night.
live animals. Some of the horses might have gotten hurt in True Grit. I'm like, how do they make these horses like fall down and act like they're shot or something? Like something they might have been mean to these horses.
Sure, they gotta care.
Well, a lot of the stunt horses, they'll train to when they jerk on their reins a certain way, they'll train them to fall backwards and down.
Okay, would that hurt them? I don't know.
Well, I mean, you fall backwards and down, so...
I guess.
I mean, I assume you have fallen backwards and down without hurting yourself.
I think so. I don't know.
She blacked out. She doesn't.
No, I played soccer. Yes.
I mean, horses. Having grown up with them, they are just big dogs. They really are.
Yeah, they had the horse swim with a rider on it across a lake, and you watch it, and it goes on for an uncomfortable amount of time.
Yeah.
I'm like, they really
That
did
is
this.
Something. It's kind of odd too. You think they would try to limit the amount of film they would spend, because
Right?
back then it
was
wasn't
film.
like digital. You
Yeah.
had to cut the film.
Right.
Yeah,
So
they had to shoot it
I
right.
don't know. You only got a few takes.
Yes.
Yep.
So this was like, I'm a little bit more forgiving
you're
of any
looking-
mistakes. I'm like, that's fine.
If you're looking for something that's a bit more of an epic, there is a spaghetti western called Once Upon a Time in the West. And
Okay.
it actually is is inspired by an Italian opera,
Okay.
but they change the setting, and it's an old west, and they take similar story beats, but they turn it into a western instead. And it's very atmospheric. It's very much a slow burn, and if you're in it for it, if you're in it knowing that, then it actually pays off real well.
Yeah. I actually kind of am liking the slower pace, though, too. Because life is so anxiety-inducing that I just want something that's relaxing. I don't need to pay attention quite all the time, because I'm like, oh, this is going to go on a while. Like, so, I don't know. It's just to be able to calm down at the end of the day. So that sounds great.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that, but I've heard other people talk about it. Sounds really familiar.
You didn't see it in film school? I am absolutely... You have no idea how surprised I am. Like, that one actually is one I thought they would do in film school, because it's like, this is how you translate an opera to another setting.
Right.
Like,
Now, in
no,
fairness,
man.
if they had like, I took Russian film, Japanese film, they may have had a Western specific one. But like I told you when we talked about this, it's like,
It depends on the teacher
it
you
depends on the professors. It's
professor.
whatever they
Excuse
think's
me.
important.
get. Professor.
Well, actually, most of them were teachers because they weren't.
I wouldn't ask you to speak bad of your teachers, but
Oh, I don't care.
I mean,
I had
they're-
two good teachers.
hopefully their
That sounds about
tastes
right.
had something valuable in them.
Yes.
Well, what's funny is, of course, it's me, so I was doing fantasy stuff from day one.
And they didn't do that at RIT.
It was not.
You just saw swirly eyeballs that...
It was very...
It just went on for
avant-garde
20 minutes of just swirls in an eyeball, and I'm like, okay, well, that took you all of 20 minutes to make, so, yeah, not interested.
That was funny.
Anyway, sorry.
No, you're fine. I like you. But yeah, I was doing fantasy from the beginning, and they weren't very fond of all the fighting stuff. But I was like, I'm gonna do this. You know what? I'm gonna do my focus in stunt choreography. And there was nothing. I took self-defense classes, and I just
your own path.
Yeah, I made it up as I went. I just, I was like, I've watched behind the scenes. I Google.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I did. TBH, I should have just done more.
And what's funny is, it's funny because that shift, but from saying, oh, somebody needs to go to college to do these specialized, because it is specialized work, to do this work in film and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That shifted over right about when we started to go to college and stuff, with YouTube coming in.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I was mostly done with college, but when you guys were in college.
Yeah.
And the transition from, man, that's interesting to see, to live through the transition from such a specialized field.
Right.
Becoming something that you can just learn through the internet.
Yeah.
Because I watched, for several years, I watched Film Riot, even though I didn't use even though I didn't use any of the Adobe stuff, because I still picked up a few things.
Yeah,
because at that time I was using Sony Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I wish I had done more earlier on, because it's like, especially with technology too, it's changing so fast. I'm having to learn new stuff all the time, constantly. OBS just has an update, and I'm too scared to update it because I'm like, ugh, everything's
gonna mess everything up. Yeah.
I said, remind me later. Literally over it. But it's, everything's different than...
Let me finish this one project I'm currently doing before we screw anything up.
Yeah.
If anyone else does use Adobe Creative Cloud, I love it. I enjoy it. Adobe is crashy, although if you do a certain few things, it's not too bad. Just don't update immediately. That's the lesson I've learned. Because they're like, you gotta update now, and there's always bugs.
I've been pretty okay with Photoshop, but
Premiere and After Effects is rough.
Yeah, that's a lot more involved.
And it's the dynamic link stuff a lot of times crashes.
I like now how it carries over your settings and stuff. It didn't used to before, and then you'd have to set up your whole template for your whole screen every single time, and I was like,
just the way I
so annoying. And now you just say, yes, I would like my settings the same. Thank you. Except they changed the crop tool, and I'm like, no, I like the old cropping tool. Like, don't change it.
See how we get along.
I get stuck in some things where I'm just like, this just works better.
Well, you get angry at your stuff, and I get angry at my stuff, so we're eventually angry at everything.
We just become a curmudgeon-y old couple.
Yeah.
That's how it happened.
Nice. Oh, man.
Yeah. So, old movies.
Old movies. Do we want to talk about Ryan's suggestion?
Okay. Do you want me to pull that up?
Okie dokie.
Ryan said something. Hold on. I closed Discord. Ryan.
What's his character's name in Kanaga?
Aiden.
Yeah.
So Aiden, the Ryan, the actor who plays Aiden in Kanaga.
Yes.
Did I say it?
Yes.
Oh, my word.
This is what he said. He said, how about a psychological lead topic like, should a game master feel obligated to try to make sure the players enjoy themselves, or should players only come if they will enjoy whatever happens? I don't know. I don't game master. So.
You should.
But you play her.
I play her. Yeah.
There you go.
I don't. Well, like, okay, so this is where I get like, your expectation of enjoying yourself might be different than what you think it will be. So, going into like the Western we did way back when, do you remember that? Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
Oh, Lock, Stock, and Barrel.
One shot.
That was fun.
That was really fun. It was unexpected.
That's on our channel.
It's on our channel. So there are, what would you say? Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Yeah, spoilers. There's spoilers. So, Ryan was playing, and Ryan's character in the end ends up dying. Like, we could not save his character.
Yep.
And it was awful. We're like, this is exactly what you don't want to happen, and but it made everything so much better.
And Ryan wanted it by the end.
Yeah.
When he got there, he's like,
nope,
we were trying to save him, and
we were trying to
going.
save him every way we could. And now I'm like, that's like one of my favorites, I think, in the game sphere for me.
Yeah.
Like, it was my first, like, I think, experiencing a character's death, and it was like, no, this is not supposed to happen. We're the heroes. We're supposed to make it, but
yeah.
It made it better that way.
Yeah. And now Ryan says his one-shot characters must always die. And so far, he's kept that going.
That is true. Spoilers.
Hey, not technically, because you did several one-shots all in the sequence, see?
True.
Yes,
So-
yeah.
You didn't die in all the one-shots. Like,
Yes.
what's the name?
The
Cheeks.
Cheeks
the
didn't
boy.
die
The
in
boy.
all of the one-shots.
Right. He did pull it off that night, though. He made it in under 5 or 6 hours.
Mm-hmm. That's another good one, though.
That
too.
was hilarious. Oh my
Good.
gosh, that one, yeah. Not to like toot our own horn too much, but that holiday one shot is, I think it's also in AV Epochs. Is that the playlist? It's in
Yeah.
our holiday one shot. Later when this
Good.
is up, I'll throw tags in. That one, it was just, it was so funny. Like, we were crying, laughing, and by the end, we're crying because he's dead. Like, you can't ask
Yep.
more from a one shot. Oh man.
So it's not always what you expect to what you think you would be enjoyable, like your character being the hero, saving the day, doing everything right, Not all the roles go the way that you want, but I think it depends on the person, though. You got to make it enjoyable, or you got to take what happened out of it and
Yeah,
yeah.
Not to be like both, but it's kind of like both.
What
Ryan's throwing out. As someone who runs games, I want everyone to enjoy it. I also want to enjoy it while I'm playing as much as I can, but I very much take it seriously that I want to tell a good story that people are engaged in. But then also as a player, I'm like, and maybe it's because I run games, and I'll be interested to hear what you say about it too, Adam, is because I run games, I know how much work it is, so I'm gonna have fun no matter what you do. even if I feel railroaded in uncomfortable ways, or there's awkward stuff that happens, which I've seen a good amount of all kinds of things that could have happened in games. Players rolling when they are not doing anything and storing the numbers for later. Like, I still have fun. I'm like, you know what? I'm here to have fun. I'm gonna enjoy characters dying suddenly from a critical hit that takes away. Oh, what is happening right now? All right, well, that's cool.
That almost happened to Wilhelm in Adventure Academia this week.
Oh, really?
Oh
The
man.
big tanks.
Is this one you haven't done a
He's
video
not going
for
to
yet?
die.
Okay.
Because they couldn't. That's one of the good things about the whole limited to about 1 or 2 rounds of combat after we've read the story.
Right.
In. they can't actually kill the characters as long as they don't do something super stupid. So I can ride around their other stuff. So,
well, that's interesting. You just mentioned that in your last video, your last one for Academia, and I was surprised because it was like the way the recap sound. I was like, oh, only like 1 or 2 rounds. Yeah, they do a lot. They get stuff done.
yeah, the kids don't play around because I put them into situations, and this doesn't necessarily go along with the thing specifically that Ryan was asking about. But just as a free tip, if you're going to do something where you have, especially kids, limiting their options to the productive things they could do is valuable, because it keeps them from getting bogged down in a lot of details. As they get older, it is one of those things where that's kind of the point, is solving it themselves and
Right.
moving through those longer situations. But because it's not a traditional game in the sense of they are playing all the way through an entire scenario, they need to stay focused. So instead of saying, okay, do you want to go to Goodberry? I say, how do you want to go to Goodberry? It's not an option of if you're going to Goodberry, it's how you're getting there. And I can use that as a tangent to bring back to the thing that Ryan was talking about. Because when Ryan brought up, are you supposed to go in with the characters, with the players all being on board with what's going on, or with the GM being the one that's got to be on board with everything the players do? And I believe it was framed this way on purpose. The idea was that there was one or the other, and the answer that is both, as you said.
Yeah.
But I think that the answer should be neither as well. No one should be expecting another person to make them happy. They should instead realize that, hey, we're all here to have fun. And everybody's a player. There is an animosity that has started to kind of fade away in some of the circles of D&D that I run in on YouTube anyway, and tabletop, that the GM, it's the players against the GM. Like this adversarial type of relationship.
Yeah.
People are realizing it's not supposed to be adversarial. You're all players. It's just the GM's the referee. He has to do the rules. He has to enforce the overall rules of the world. And in fact, you guys are supposed to memorize the rules for your character. And then the GM just assists in adjudicating. And so everybody is actually acting. If you're doing it the way that I like to play the game, everybody is adjudicating the rules. It's just that one person has to make the call.
Right.
And that one person is the GM. And one person has to run the bad guys. Unless you do it the way I do Adventure Academia. Which... I really might start incorporating that into other games that are not just Academia. Because having the players roll for things that the enemies do does take away the blame that can fall onto the game master and be like, nope, you rolled it, it's you.
Right. Sure.
You rolled that crit on yourself, or you rolled that crit on the other player, or that player rolled the crit on you. It's on your character. So it helps everybody participate, which is why I do it for the kids. Everybody continues to participate, and nobody's blaming me if one of the players in Adventure Academia gets killed. So
yeah, I've always done NPCs, any good NPCs that are helping. I really try not to roll for them. I'm always like, hey, can you roll that? Because I want, especially for that. But it's interesting to have the bad guys too. I think it would probably depend.
Well, the
on
original
game,
reason
too.
the bad guys were all by the GM was because there was this mystery about the numbers in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
Because originally, it was kind of up to the GM to do all the rolling and all the role play for the players, for the characters being played were on the players, and the roles were all secret because there was a more of a mysterious type of nature about it. But as the game went on, people liked to see their numbers. They liked to roll dice.
Mm-hmm.
They liked to do the stuff that their character was doing and see the numbers go up and stuff. So I just kind of embraced that with academia and let it go forward. And that feeds into the enjoyment of everybody. Mm-hmm. Everybody gets to enjoy it because everybody is participating at all levels.
Right.
And that's how I have come to like to game.
Yeah. Yeah, that could work well, especially introducing people to it too. Like something like Bomb Squad, I probably wouldn't switch it because everyone's comfortable with it, and we've known each other so long. There's not that like we joke about, it's all Dan's fault and stuff, but it's like, it's friendly banter.
Yeah.
But that's interesting.
Well, when I came up to do the one shot before, it's good that y'all have that collaborative nature, because it could very easily have been where the bad guy character I was playing was just not liked at all, and not looked at as another player or another part of this great story that's being told. Yeah. But as an adversary. But because the relationship is there of, hey, we're all telling this story together.
Yep.
We each had time to do that, feed into that.
Yep. Oh man, that's gonna be
I'm
good.
plugging something you haven't even released yet.
I know. I haven't seen it yet either.
Yeah, she hasn't seen it. It's coming. It's on the hard drives. I will have something up Friday, I promise. I'll be waking up early.
Well, you got other stuff you have to release beforehand, right?
Yeah, we're almost. Well, we finished the time skips. This next one that's coming up Friday. They're off and on the adventure now. So, Iliad's time skip can go in at any time. It's really just me. I've got a backlog of sessions because we shot a bunch in a row. We were trying out a new shooting schedule. Mm-hmm. So we shot a ton. Mm-hmm. And then, but it just didn't work. Which long term is going to work out anyways, because what was that? Oh, David will be able to rejoin us eventually.
Da, da, da.
Da, da, da. Yeah. I don't know when yet. Just practically speaking.
Yeah. But these ones need to come out before he can come back.
And we need to finish his some shot.
Yeah, we need to finish that,
So
figure out how that wrapped up so that
it's not a one shot anymore, Dan.
No, I never
shot anymore.
A some shot. They
I
always
shouldn't
turn
even.
into
Yeah,
some
Zach
shot.
came up with some shots. So I should always just call him that. That one needs to be though, because there's so much emotional intrigue going on and stuff. So I'm excited to see how it ends. We'll
That'd be
definitely
nice,
wrap it
because
up.
we don't know much about Iliad.
Well, it'll have to this time.
Yep.
Next time the conclusion is done. It has to be finished up. So
Should we give a shout out now? Would you mind? I think that would be good.
I don't mind.
All right.
So
Adam from the Interplanar Crossroads is generously returning to the Avenue to finish the one shot in person rather than online.
Woo!
I know, I'm super excited, which means the reason I wanted to shout it out now for everyone watching is he'll be joining us in person for our October Halloween movie night, where it is now tradition that we watch Over the Garden Wall. So,
Yay!
if you become a Locals or Patron subscriber, you can join us at the end of October. October 29th will be the movie night. I think that's Saturday, right? Saturday night, October 29th. We will be watching Over the Garden Wall. I think Kristen's mom is also going to be up again, so...
Maybe. We'll have to see.
Well,
hey, that just works out.
I know,
We'll
right?
be able to get her set up.
She will
so
at least
that she
in
will
the
be able
Discord.
to. Yeah.
But we'll We'll have a bunch of people over.
So the real thing is that your mom is actually coming to visit me so she can watch some cool shows again? Is that really what's happening?
She just waits. She's like, is Adam coming up again?
Okay,
no,
now
not
I
right
can...
now.
I'll wait. She lives in California, so it's quite a...
Yeah.
It's even a little bit farther.
Yeah.
Man.
Well, she flies.
She flies. So
it's... But I'm stoked for that. So we'll finish the one shot and movie night. So Joyce, movie night's a lot of fun. We're almost done with Lord of the Rings Extended Edition.
Yes.
We'll finish that in November.
Return of the King. It's been a long time since I've seen it, and it's good.
It's good.
That in and of itself is a crime. I'm just saying.
I know.
No. Oh my gosh.
I'm like trying to think. Like I don't like watching movies like too often if I really like them. So I feel like every couple years, then I watch it again. But then we had children and. 3-hour span.
I told you when we watched
impossible.
The last one. You just sit them down and you make them watch too.
I just said, I think they'd have nightmares. They don't even have really nightmares. And like, Mommy, I had a bad dream. Can you come sleep with me?
Yeah, that's our middle child new tactic. He hasn't fallen asleep.
No, he hasn't even fallen asleep. We watch him. His eyes are
down.
open in the monitor, and then
he comes down. He's like, I'm like, Asher, you can't be downstairs. It's bedtime. I had a bad dream. I'm like, no, you didn't.
You didn't even go to
bed. Sleep yet.
He just wants to snuggle, and it's really cute.
Man, how do they know? How do they know?
Yeah, I love the baby monitor.
Oh, the baby monitor's
makes
great.
life so easy.
The other day, Janae, it was one of our Bomb Squad shoots. Janae was putting the kids to bed, and she scolded Torin because he was doing something naughty. I don't remember. But he just walked up to the monitor camera and just turned it around so it faced the wall. I was like, well, now I'm not suspicious at all.
I think he kept turning on the light.
Yeah, it was
to be in bed.
Supposed to be in bed, playing Legos.
It's hard to find that balance of like letting them play, but not because they need to go to bed and they're gonna be super cranky if they don't sleep.
Extra crispy.
Extra crispy.
Yeah.
But yeah, so since kids, we have not been able to watch Lord of the Rings. Right? I think.
Not in a while, yeah.
Plus, we need to get a new.
Man, I watched Lord of the Rings with my kids every year for Christmas. Well, around New Year's, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
They turned out fine. Fine, you know? Yeah.
I'm sure it'd be like okay, but I don't know. Some of the monsters are a little scary. Some of the Oryx and Uruk-hai.
The only thing for Torin, we were watching, of course, because it's my childhood, is BBC Narnia. The old BBC Narnia from the 80s. Oh, I love those shows. And Torin liked Lion Witch in the Wardrobe, but we started watching Prince Caspian, and it was... emotionally, he was a little disturbed by the fight scenes. Mm-hmm. So we actually, we stopped it.
Stopped.
He asked if we could stop.
He watched The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe and was like, okay. He didn't like the wolf.
Naturally.
Guy.
The werewolf, yeah.
The werewolf man.
Real makeup, real costumes.
Yeah, no, it's pretty great.
They are giant animals. It's amazing.
Yeah.
But I thought that was interesting. That was like he was taking it serious, even though like half the people that are dying are clearly people in makeup and costumes. But it was so real for him. He was like, I don't like that the good guys are dying. I was like, okay, bud, that's all right. Well, not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
Well, I would have probably told my kids, well, sometimes the good guys don't win.
Yeah.
So it probably wouldn't have worked out for the whole thing for them. Different parenting styles, I suppose.
Well,
I wouldn't say. I mean,
he's helped me gut a deer before, so yeah.
Yeah, it's just what each child can handle. I think. Yeah, I think.
Yeah, taking a child at a time.
Yeah. Our youngest is
child at a time.
Yes.
Yep.
I know. Our youngest girl, she's hitting that you hit the terrible twos at 1.5, and she's I don't know the months. She's in between 1.5 and 2, but I don't count anymore.
Look, if you want something scary, you let a toddler go. They'll show you the true fear. You won't fear orcs after a toddler.
Yeah. So she's hitting the terrible twos already, and it's something. The screeching. I would call my children the Nazgul whenever they start doing that.
Yes.
Like, the Nazgul's going. Like, sometimes you just can't.
Sorry,
It's like, I love you so much, you need to deal with this. Woman, get your emotions under control. Because it only gets worse.
Oh, that's good.
But,
No, you have to let the little shield maiden in training get her aggression out on some kind of test dummy. You just give her a test dummy. Give them all a test dummy. Say, siege the test dummy.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
She actually, her test dummy is the clean clothes that I put on the floor. She decides to lie on top of it, and then everything's better because she knows she's not supposed to.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna stop screaming, sure, lie down on the laundry. Sounds good.
She's our fire spirit.
She is.
She can be
Sweet
cuddly
and
and warm,
spicy.
and you just want to snuggle, and the next minute, I'll burn down everything.
Lord help her husband.
Yeah.
Someday. Oh.
Sorry, I'm laughing because yesterday I gave her a cup because she asked for chocolate milk. So I gave her a cup with chocolate milk. And then she screamed and threw it on the floor because I gave her a cup of chocolate milk.
That she asked for it.
Yeah.
No, she did that today too.
Yep. I don't know.
She wanted a drink. I handed her juice. She didn't want the juice. And then she was like, I want cup. So I thought maybe she means her other cup. So she had 2 cups. So I gave her her other cup and she didn't want that either. So then I'm like, I'm just going to place them on the table and walk away.
Yep, that's
and
right.
I did. And she grabbed both of them and started double fisting her drinks. Like, you just didn't want to take it from mommy's hand.
You need to clean up.
Yep.
Yeah. Like, what is happening?
Oh, my word.
Oh, parenting
Well, I mean, if
is
she's
not
already
for
double
weaklings.
fisting drinks, you better keep her away from some of the other stuff.
Yeah.
Some of that harder stuff like Kool-Aid.
Yeah.
Yes.
Soda.
Yep.
Yep.
Well, because I'm a troublemaker, we say soda pop.
I say soda.
We
Because I
say
grew
soda
up
pop.
in Albany area, and we say soda.
I have now trained my children to say soda pop because I want everyone to be mad about it.
Well, Rochester, half of the people
Rochester's
say pop. No, I feel like it's like half and half now.
Really?
I feel like the Albany people are taking over.
Yeah.
Well, as more people listen to other people say it on the internet through videos and such, it just kind of homogenizes.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody says Coke. Just kidding.
That's
people
only,
do.
That's
Some
the only
people
one
around
that
here still
bothers
say
me.
Coke.
When I'm like, do you want root beer Coke? No, just root beer.
What does that mean?
What are you talking about? I love when my kids say soda pop. It makes me happy.
I like to make Coke floats, though. Those are tasty.
What is a Coke float? What does that entail?
You just switch around. Instead of using root beer, you use Coca-Cola.
Oh,
But it's
okay.
only good, in my opinion, when you use the Mexican Coke, which has the real sugar in it.
Real sugar.
Because
Okay.
the high fructose doesn't work well with real sugar. The two, to me, don't mix well when you eat them or drink them.
Mhm.
So, that's why I prefer to keep it all real sugar. It tastes better.
Yeah.
Understandable.
I like doing floats with cookie dough ice cream, because then you get the vanilla, but then all the cookie dough and chocolate fall to the bottom, and then you have this wonderful glob of cookie dough chocolatiness at the bottom of your cup.
Gross.
Oh, it's so good. I love cookie dough.
Her and my cousins would make brownies or cookies, and they'd only get half the yield because they ate
Fine.
half the batter.
I never got salmonella. I'm fine. Don't eat your cookie dough, kids.
Well, see, the reason I like cookie dough, actually, it's only America that gets all hung up on eating raw egg because of the way we sterilize the eggs for mass production. If you don't sterilize them, you don't have to worry about eating raw egg because
we've been fine
they
with our
chickens. You can eat them raw and it doesn't hurt anything because the salmonella doesn't get in it unless it gets in from the outside shell in.
Oh, because you wash it and it's a porous surface.
Yeah, it's porous, so it pushes it in.
Yeah.
And so that's one of the reasons they say not to eat raw egg.
I did not.
So if you're getting it from your own house. But I eat brownies and chocolate chip cookies. You get them when they're hot and still just a tad bit gooey.
Yes.
You put them into a cup and then you get fresh cow's milk and you just pour it into the cup and it's already mixed for you. You just mix it up and drink it like a milkshake. That's the good stuff right there. That's the good stuff right there.
Now I need to try my chocolate chip cookies that way because I put salt on top of mine.
I don't think you make chocolate chip cookies. I didn't get any when I was up there.
I should make some.
Or it didn't.
Well, I guess we'll just have to make some for movie night.
Witnesses online. Witnesses online. I have been promised chocolate chip cookies.
Yes. It's so good, though, because you have to use, like, the really coarse salt and sprinkle that on top while they're cooling. And the saltiness brings out the sugar in the cookie and stuff. It's so good.
It is really good.
We do not have fresh cow's milk.
We've been thinking about it.
Yeah. I'm sure we know somebody who does, but we do not.
They're close. They're getting there. Not ready.
Yeah, I mean, though New
my
York
sister
is good for milk in general.
What?
It's dairy country.
My sister has her own cow now. Well, two cows now that they're doing that with.
Oh, awesome.
And I can taste the difference in cow milk. So I'm like, no, I don't like the store-bought stuff. Even when I was a kid, I didn't like the store-bought stuff. But when we got this, it's creamy, it's nice. Real milk is nice.
Might be something we have to do.
He's the dairy farmer, so.
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
He could look at a glass and tell you what percentage it was because he could see the difference. He hated anything less than whole milk.
Yeah, he did.
Yes.
And I like almond milk in my protein shakes, and he would be like, almond milk? How do you milk an almond? Where's the teat?
Yeah.
Grandpa.
So good.
Oh, he's so funny.
Those almonds ain't got no titties. You ain't getting no milk out of them.
Exactly. I know. I think now if we had real cow milk, I would probably like half it with some water. That's probably sacrilegious, but for my protein shakes, because it's like I know that I can balance out the calories, all that.
Yeah.
Well, the beauty of cow's milk when it's whole is you don't need as much protein powder because you're getting protein from the milk.
Right.
So you could probably substitute some of that. So just do like 1 scoop of protein powder as opposed. Yeah. So we just need a cow. Or a goat. I want a goat. I think goats are so cute. They have creepy eyes, but they're really cute.
I think their eyes are cool.
They're cool.
Sheep and goat have very unique eyes.
Yeah. They're a little unsettling.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But we went to the farm market really close to us last weekend, and they had goats, and they were so cute. They had huge ears. Like, it was like, oh my gosh. They were little ones. They weren't like grown-up ones yet.
Well, goat milk and cow milk have different... They're chemically different. So...
It's a little more sour.
Cow milk is from
for goat.
Well, cow milk is from a mucus gland, and goat milk is from a sweat gland, a modified sweat gland. So that's why they're so different. That's why cow's milk has a lot of cream and it has a lot of it has that thicker type of texture.
Makes me
when
think
you
it's like,
drink
it's boogers. It's fine. It's a mucus.
It's creamy, not mucusy.
Well, that's why when you
It's a mucus gland.
that's why you don't need to drink it when you're kind of stuffed up, because it increases your mucus flow, because it increases your body's production of mucus for that reason. And that's why some people's celiac disease messes up, but doesn't mess up when they drink
raw.
Goat milk.
Oh, goat milk. Okay.
Or raw.
Okay.
Raw also does help because it doesn't kill the enzymes off that helps digest the mucus.
Yeah.
But the goat milk starts out as a modified production from a modified sweat gland, just like human milk does. That's why goat milk can be used as a substitute for babies for human milk more easily than goat milk, than cow milk can, as a direct from 1-to-1.
I didn't know that.
Very interesting. I prefer sheep milk for yogurt. I think it's better because it's sour.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Versus goat?
I don't think I've ever had goat. I've only had sheep yogurt. Yeah.
We could do sheep. That's an option.
I like sheep too.
All right.
Someday. In our teeny tiny little backyard for animals. It's big in comparison. But not for a farm, I would say.
Not a farm,
We have chickens. They're doing great, by the way. We still don't have names for them, and I feel bad.
Well, Torrens named them.
Torrance named them. Big fat one or something.
One's named Magic. And
That's cute. I like that one.
That is cute. Yeah, the fat one.
Big
Which
fat
is not,
something,
he's
I
not
think.
or she's not fat, but she'll like puff up right here whenever he comes around, so he calls her the fat one. And then he calls the rooster that we got, because you get a rando, you know.
Yeah, one of ours was Rooster. It was
and
his favorite.
He named it Torrens' 5th birthday.
So Torrance' 5th birthday is over at Jacob's.
Torrens' 5th birthday?
Yeah.
Correct.
It's a very pretty rooster. He's
he's gorgeous.
Multicolored, speckled, beautiful.
Yeah.
So Torrance really wants to breed him with our chickens, and I'm like, I don't know. We could try.
Yeah.
We don't know what we're doing. We don't know what we're doing now.
They're already doing it, so.
Yeah.
Oh, we banished him.
We did. Yeah, he's over at Jacob's. He's having the time of his life over there.
Well, it doesn't.
He's got a lot more ladies over there.
He does.
In the chickens can inbreed without any kind of defect coming up. So it's safe to do so if you choose
Interesting.
Yeah,
we have a whole bunch of different breeds.
Like 5 breeds total between all our chickens.
Let's see if I can remember. Rhode Island Red, Red Star. Is it White Star?
No, Black Star.
Black Star, White Leghorn,
Pearl. Yeah.
And the Whitting True Blue.
Yes, so 4, right?
5.
Or is that 5?
I think that was 5. Yeah, that was 5.
Nice.
The Whitting True Blues are laying blue eggs, and they're very pretty.
They are very pretty.
The interior of the egg is blue as well, which is different than brown eggs, which have the white interior. So cool.
It's pretty cool.
So the boy's like, I want a blue egg for lunch. Okay. They all are the same on the inside. But
I tell him that.
If you'll eat eggs, if you'll eat some protein, sure.
Yeah,
that sounds good.
All right.
Did you figure out what you needed to figure out?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good.
We're rambling now. I mean, we can keep talking after. I'll probably end the stream. Thank you to anyone who actually listens to the end of this, of us rambling. But
if you listen to the end of this, then type in, I don't know.
This is good.
Cookies and milk.
Cookies and milk.
Or cookie dough and root beer.
Or cookie dough and root beer.
Let us know in the comments which one you like
That's
better.
a Kristen thing.
Yeah.
I'll tell you right now, that cookie dough ain't gonna win.
No.
It's so good.
I will give one bar story that I love with root beer.
Oh, yeah.
It's that I love, Captain and Coke is classic. But if you do drinking at all, I love
if you do
rum.
that,
Rum and
I just
root beer. Well, not everybody does.
You do that drinking.
If you do that drinking thing. Rum and root beer, Captain's, especially like a spiced rum, because it has a vanilla flavor to it. I used to be a bartender for many years, so I get excited about this stuff. I love the mixing drinks. But rum and root beer, you will get the worst looks from bartenders you've ever seen, but it tastes fantastic. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it, because it creates the vanilla root beer flavor. But like, it's not a Coke and Captain is on the gun usually, so you can just do it quick. Root beer, they gotta go find a can or a glass if they have root beer.
Yeah.
And there's this one bartender that I went to a couple times, and he's just this older guy, and he would give me this look every time I ordered it. I'd be like, "Hey man."
He's like admonishing you.
Rum and root beer. And he wouldn't say anything. He'd just look at me and just go, eye roll, and then smile and walk away. He was awesome. I always tipped him really good.
He was like the one that could pick up 4 bottles at a time and could make a drink. And
his drinks were so good.
Yeah.
Yeah, just perfectly mixed. But just the look, because he had to walk in the back.
He was so nice.
Yeah, he was awesome. Back in the days when we actually went places, when we didn't have kids.
On the ocean. It was great.
On the ocean. Yeah. Anyways.
We saw flying fish. That was very cool.
It's fine.
Sidebar off of your sidebar.
Nobody cares about our
flying
lives.
Flying fish are really cool.
Flying fish are cool. Our kids didn't believe us.
They weren't born yet. Torin was a twinkle in our eye. That was it.
Yeah. Anyways.
Make you blush.
So comment. No, I'm laughing. I was gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it out.
Nope.
Comment below. Cookies and milk or cookie dough root beer float, which is better? And if you want to support this content and much more, big thing to announce, if you've made it to the end, is next Wednesday will be the next episode of our Pathfinder 2nd Edition game, Outlaws of Alkenstar, with 2 of our amazing locals and Patreon supporters. I always get that mixed up. Chiro, Chiba, and Mr. Moral Compass. Fantastic role players, amazing people.
Run by Jacob.
Run by Jacob from Jacob's Lab. And so we'll be picking that up. That is every other week, so this is our off week. I'm feeling pretty satisfied with the test run. Thank you, guys. Thank you, Adam, for hanging out and doing this. This was a huge help just to pick away at these things. And
let us know if you want to do more just talking streams, too.
Sure, yeah. We'll do more hangout. I want to do more Force Forge. We got to do Druid's Table. We got a lot of stuff coming up. So on the off weekends, on the off Wednesdays, Wednesday night is kind of our weekend night. Because that's our weird freelance life.
Yeah, it is.
So, anyways, you can further support us and become a part of the ever-growing force known as Avenue Studios by joining our Locals or Patreon community. Doing so will not only help us continue to create high-quality content or rando content, but you will also gain access to our exclusive Discord where you can chat with us, watch movies, most important, because we will be watching Over the Garden Wall this October 29th with Adam from Interplanar Crossroads in person.
Check out his channel as well.
Yeah, check out Adam from Interplanar Crossroads, of course. I've got to go make a character because I'm in his awesome 1,000 subscriber giveaway. So that'll be recorded and coming up. What kind of month? That'll probably be December or next year.
It'll probably release December.
Okay, cool.
Christmas special.
Christmas special.
Wear your Christmas sweater on Saturday.
I'll totally do that.
I don't know.
It's not
Just
a Christmas game at all. Yeah. No, I'll do it. Unless Adam really doesn't want me to. But keep your eyes out for that. Subscribe to Adam's channel. Let's get him to 2,000 subscribers. Do more giveaways. And anyways, thank you so much for joining the chat. We will see you next time. Bye-bye.